Hey boys and girls, it's Mrs. Hedesheimer here. Yesterday we were inspired by a book to make our art. Today we're going to be inspired by a book again. And you might have heard of these stories about don't let the pigeon stay up late or don't let the pigeon ride the bus or drive the bus. So there's lots of books by Willems about this pigeon. There's also books about the pig and the elephant. You might have heard those books as well. But I was inspired by this pigeon today, and I thought I'd show you how to draw the pigeon. But before we do that, I'm going to show you this video of the book because I don't have it with me, unfortunately, about don't let the pigeon stay up late. So let's see what this pigeon gets himself into this time.
Pigeon Stay Up Late. Written and illustrated by Willems. Oh, good. It's you. Listen, it's getting late, and I need to brush my teeth. Can you do me a favor? Don't let the pigeon stay up late. Thanks. First of all, I'm not even tired. In fact, I'm in the mood for a hot dog party. What do you say? No? Huh. I hear there's a good show about birds on TV tonight. Should be very educational. How about 5 more minutes? Come on! What's 5 minutes in the grand scheme of things? What? What? I'm not tired! You know, we never get to talk anymore. Tell me about your day. Oh, I've got a great idea. We could count the stars. Can I have a glass of water? Studies show that pigeons hardly need any sleep at all. It's the middle of the day in China. I'll go to bed early tomorrow night instead. Hey, hey, ho, ho, this here pigeon just won't go. Please? My bunny wants to stay up too. You can't say no to a bunny, can you? Okay, that was not a yawn. I was stretching. I'm 110% awake. You haven't heard the last of me. Great work! Thanks! Good night!
Guys, that story was really interesting to me because I love how silly that pigeon is. He's always trying to get into trouble, and he's always trying to talk people into doing things that he wants to do. Now, that's not always a good thing to be like, but it's kind of fun to see a character in a story getting into different crazy antics and things like that. So if I type in Willems pigeon. So what we can do today is we can make our own pigeon, and if you look closely at the book, sometimes he would have his mouth open if he was yelling something or trying to be loud. He would also have a big wide open eye when he was very serious or wanted to tell you something. He sometimes would close his eye, so you could have his eye closed today. You could have lines showing that his wings are wagging around. And then the last thing you can do is come up with a background. Now, these people created hearts in the background, but your background could be anything. Maybe your pigeon is getting into some trouble. Maybe your pigeon is talking and saying something to the viewer of your art. You can see his wings are flapping around because he's excited or scared. Sometimes he has feathers that come out because he's so wound up. Sometimes he has his eyes closed if he's trying to be serious and profound. And sometimes he's got just a cute little face where he's being innocent. So think about what you want your pigeon to be doing, what you want your pigeon to be saying, or what you want your pigeon to be like in your drawing. What personality would you like it to have? So all you need today is a piece of paper, and I'm going to draw with a pencil so that I can erase today. But you guys can use any art supplies you have to add some color. Now, before I use I know I said I was going to use a pencil, but I'm going to use a Sharpie so that you guys can see what I'm drawing a little bit more clearly. And we're going to start by drawing our pigeon. So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to draw the shape of the head. Now, he's got a little head and a big body. So we don't want to make the head too big, but decide where you want your head to go. Let's see, I'm going to put mine right here in the middle. There's his head. The second thing we need is the eye. So we can draw another big circle because he's got one really big eye on the side of his head. So another big circle for his eye. Now, you guys might choose to have his eyes closed by drawing a line showing that his eyes are closed, or you might choose to have his eye open. If you choose to have his eye open, you might have his eye, and I'll show you with a pencil so I can erase it, his eye going to the side, like he's looking over to the side and being a little bit more innocent. Or you might have his eye in the middle, and that means like his eyes are really big and wide, like, oh my goodness, something is going on. So decide how you would like your pigeon's eye to be, and then you can fill that in. So my pigeon is wide-eyed today. The next thing you're going to do is his beak. So depending on what your pigeon is doing, maybe his beak is open really big, like this. Got two really big triangles. Maybe they're just calm, so maybe they're little and calm. So you decide how you want your pigeon to look today. I think I want my pigeon to be a little bit crazy right now. Maybe he's flopping around. So I'm going to make mine big and really wide open. So I drew one big triangle, and then where the side of this triangle is, I'm going to draw another one. And it's going way down because his beak is way open. And that is his head. The next thing our pigeon has is a long neck. So let's draw a long line down for his neck, and then another one on the other side. He's also got a stripe on his neck. So I can draw a line that goes across with a stripe on his neck. And another line that goes across with a stripe on his neck. And now we are ready for the body. Now his body is a bird body, and birds usually have a big round tummy. Let's move up so you can see. Big round tummy that comes up to a tail feather point. So the big round belly comes up, and then we connect to the tail feather with another line. So that's why it's pointy, because that's like a tail feather. So the bird, or the pigeon I mean, has legs that kind of come down. So maybe your legs are bent. He's doing something, like this guy looks like, the way I drew him makes him look like his foot is kicked back. And then he's got some toes. So decide how you want the feet to go. And then lastly, we need to decide how we want the wings to go. So if you want his wings to be flapping around, you would maybe draw a triangle like this that goes up. Or you might draw yours, and I drew mine in Sharpie so I can't erase it. You might draw yours sideways like this. So if you drew yours sideways, I'll show you a picture. I have a picture on my phone I can show you. So if it's sideways, you have a triangle that's going this way. If you want them to be kind of crazy, you might have it going up. And then if I had an eraser, or if I had a pencil, I would erase this part here because I don't need it anymore, but that's okay. If yours is crazy like mine, you might draw some feathers coming out. They kind of look like teardrop shapes. That means he's flopping around. Sometimes you can make it like sweat, like if you're sweating a lot, you can have sweat flopping off of you. Or you can make it more like feathers by making these little lines on here. Make it look kind of like feathers that are coming out. And then lastly, you can draw some lines. These are called action lines. They make them look like it's moving back and forth. Those lines make it look like it's moving. All right, from here, guys, you get to make your artistic choices. What is your pigeon doing? Is your pigeon wearing a Santa hat? Is your pigeon saying something? If your pigeon is saying something, it might have a word bubble that comes out of his mouth. So it's a big bubble that comes out of his mouth that might have words in it, like, I don't know what's going on, but I'm already, oh no! Does your pigeon have something in the background? So is there like a ground in the background that you want to draw? Maybe there's a hot dog back there. Maybe he's scared of something, so maybe there's something up here. Maybe he's outside, so maybe there's a sun. This is where you guys get to write the story of the pigeon. So what you're doing today is you are writing a story of the pigeon without writing words, unless you want some words in your word bubble. Your story is being told through the way that you draw your pigeon, the way you draw your eye, the way you draw the wings, the way you draw the feet, and what you put in the background is telling a story about your pigeon. So once you feel like you've told your story of your pigeon, maybe he's scared because of a story about him and Santa Claus where he is trying to drive the sleigh, and the sleigh kind of goes off on its own and it's flying in the distance. So maybe I'll draw a sleigh that's flying in the background. So your story is totally up to you. What would you like your story to be? Once you are finished, you are ready to start adding some color. When you add color, we are making sure that we're coloring to a level 4. They color neatly and completely. So when you are ready, guys, you can finish coloring and come show me your artwork on the Google Meet. I can't wait to see what you create, and I hope you guys have so much fun creating your pigeon. All right, see you guys soon.